Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 7:06 a.m. Wednesday morning, March the 26th, 2025th year of our Lord. It's a beautiful morning, man. It's crystal clear outside. It's there's some humidity in the air. My windshield is covered in morning dew, and I can't wait till it gets hot, man, because when it gets hot out here, man, there's not as much dew, which once it gets hot, I'll be complaining about the heat then. So I'm one of them guys you can't please, I reckon. But anyways, I'm playing catch up today, man. I've got 9 on the list. The problem is that 2 of those properties are 3+ acres, and one of them is going to take me about 2.5, possibly 3 hours to mow, and so I'll probably be working till sundown again tonight. I did yesterday, and I say sundown. It was about, I worked till 7 o'clock last night, and only got 8 done. But the problem is, one of them was a brand new property that I picked up, and the guy wanted it bagged because he just moved in, and he asked me if I could bag it. And after looking at the property, man, it was about 2.5 feet high, and it really needed to be bagged on that first mow, man, because even if you mulch all that stuff up, there's going to be a ton of thatch, and he's going to start restoring his lawn. He's going to have somebody come out and treat it and all that good stuff. He just moved. It's a newly built house. I think it was built within the last 6 months, and nobody has maintained it. You know, he's from out of town, and he said he bought the house right after it was done being built, and he had to finish a job up where he was, and then moved here to retire, and so in the meantime, nobody was maintaining the house, which is to be expected. So yeah, the first cut had to be mowed, or had to be bagged, and I've got a truck bed full of grass clippings right now. I'm gonna go mow my first 2 properties today, and then head to my mother-in-law's house to dump all this stuff out, because I'm gonna need it again this afternoon. But so yeah, that property took 3 hours. It's only a half-acre lot, and it took 3 hours to mow because I ran it over first with the 36, and then ran it over twice with the bagging mower. And yeah, it took a while, man. It really did. So only got, it was 8 or 9. I can't remember how many it was yesterday. Only got 8 or 9 done yesterday, and also had some bushes that I had to trim yesterday as well. That's just the way it is this early in the year, man. A lot of the properties are overgrown. Some of them are people that have been grandfathered in, and they cut services early on, whether it be in October or November or whatever, and they have a lot of weeds and that stuff. It gets pretty high, especially right around their houses, and spraying their beds and knocking everything down in their beds, and also trimming bushes as well to get everything looking good for the spring. So this time of year, for about the first for the entire month of March and probably the first half of April, everything truly is raggedy looking, and it takes a little while to get it back in shape, man. So it's to be expected. Probably be working a lot of Fridays and Saturdays early on this year, but it's all good, man. It's part of the beast. I signed up for it, and I knew it was going to be that way before I even started. But I do got 9 on the list today. I would like to be done by 4 o'clock. My boy has a championship soccer game tonight. Don't know if I'm going to make it or not. I would like to, but if I can't, I can't, man. He understands. I've already had that talk with him and my wife, and it sucks, man, but it's part of it. Plus all the rain we had Monday has got me behind. So yeah. But anyways, guys, I had an issue with a customer yesterday. He wound up firing me, and which is fine by me. You know, this was a high-stress situation. I knew it was going to be that before I started. I picked this customer up because it was early on, and I was scared I wasn't going to pick anything up, so I picked this customer up and mowed his property 2 weeks ago. And his normal day is on Tuesday. Well, it poured down I don't think it quit raining until about 3:30, 4 o'clock Monday, and I texted everybody about lunchtime Monday and let everybody know that I was going to be a day behind because of the rain. And this guy calls my phone about 9 o'clock yesterday morning because the first time I mowed, I got there at about 8:15 to start mowing his property. And I guess he just assumed I was going to be there every time at 8 o'clock, and which isn't the case. I can't guarantee you what time I'm going to be at somebody's property. But the guy blew my phone up. My phone stays in my truck while I'm working. That way I don't tear it up. But went to go leave my first property, and on the way to my second property, I saw I had some voicemails. I had 2 voicemails, and one was him letting me know to be careful with something, and I didn't think nothing of it, you know. And then the second voicemail was him being irritated because I hadn't called him back yet, and I called him back, and he got upset because I wasn't going to be able to mow his property yesterday. And he also got upset because I didn't call him and let him know, and all I did was text him. And I told him, I said, listen, I said, I'm servicing 53 properties every week. I said, I'm a solo operator. I do not have time to call people and let them know. I said, the way I communicate is through voicemail, the way I communicate is through email and text. I said, if that's going to be a problem, you need to let me know up front, and I can get you set up with another landscaper. And I also told him, I said, if I don't send you a text or an email the night before, that means I'm not coming. I always send a text or an email the night before. I said, besides, I did text you and let you know yesterday afternoon that we would be a day behind because of the rain. And whether your property drains or not, I'm not going to make a trip out here for one property. It's just not going to happen. And he got mad, and he said, well, I need to know an exact time of when you're going to be here. And I told him, I said, listen, I said, I cannot give you an exact time. I said, there's no way for me to give you an exact time. I said, sometimes the properties take the same amount of time to work, and sometimes they don't. I said, it may be earlier than what it was the week prior, and it may be later than what it was to the week prior. I said, but I cannot give you an exact time. I said, the best I can do is give you a 2 or 3 hour window. And he said, well, that's not going to work. I want to be here when you come and cut my property. And then I told him, I said, listen, I said, you do not have to be here. I said, if it's a situation where I have to wait on you to get here to mow your property, then this isn't going to work out. I said, because I do not have time to sit around and wait for you to get here to start mowing your property. And he just flat out told me, he said, well, I'm going to have to find someone else because for one, I need to be here, and for two, you told me that my day was going to be on Tuesdays, and I don't understand why you can't manipulate your route to get here on Tuesdays. And I told him, I said, listen, like I told you before, I said, I have 53 customers that I service every single week, and you're not the only person that I take care of. I said, I've got other people that have got to be taken care of, and I said, I do not treat anyone special. I cannot move somebody else's spot to service you. And he said, well, don't worry about coming out tomorrow. He said, I'm just going to look for another landscaper. And I said, okay. I said, I wish you the best, my friend. And that was the end of it. So week 4, done been fired by a third customer. I'm telling you, man, we on pace to break records this year. But no, I mean, it's like that sometimes, guys, and I'm sure you've dealt with that. I'm sure a lot of you have dealt with that. But it is what it is. You know, you can't alter your business to suit one customer. You just can't do that. If you do it for one and other people start finding out that you're doing that, they're going to expect you to do that for them too. So that's just not the way this works. This is my business. I have to do it the way it works for me, and that's just the way it is. So, and I highly recommend all you do the same, man. Don't ever get too desperate that you need every single customer. You know, don't get me wrong, it sucks. It sucks to lose customers. We all want to grow as big as we can possibly grow, but the reality is you cannot make everybody happy, and everybody is not your customer. So it is what it is, man. We'll pick up a couple new ones to replace him. But anyways, I want to hop on here and to tell you about that for one, and also I wanted to let y'all know I made a new purchase Monday. I have not had a chance to get on here and do a initial review. I did use that new purchase yesterday, and I am very pleased with this new purchase. It is going to make my life so much easier. But yeah, I'm stoked about this new purchase. I really am. Now, the only thing that I can get now to make my life that much easier is, I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to give it away, but there is 2 more things I could buy to make my life, or actually 3 more things I could buy to make my business run efficiently as I can possibly run my business. But it takes time, and I'm sure some of it will be purchased before the end of this season, and I'm sure some of it will have to wait till next season. So, but this combination of purchases, man, is very expensive. Very, very expensive, and it's enough that I could pay my house off if I wanted to. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, hopefully I will have time at the end of the day today to give y'all a little look at what I bought. But for right now, man, I just I don't have time, so I just have to leave you with that, man. Leave you hanging. But anyway, look, man, it's week 4. I hope y'all are out there growing. I know my phone is steadily ringing, steadily getting text messages, steadily getting voicemails or emails. I had a lady call me yesterday wanting me to come to her property and look at some landscaping. She didn't tell me exactly what she needed. I tried to get it out of her. She just told me that there's several things that she needs done. I'm hoping that one of those is recurring maintenance, property maintenance, and I'm also hoping that one of those is a decent sized side job, something that I could do, man, because that would greatly benefit me, man. But anyway, yeah, business is popping, man. It's popping, and I'm averaging about 2 new customers every week, and I'm averaging a lead per day during the week, and I'm averaging 3 leads a day on the weekend. And we'll see what happens at 12 o'clock today. I'm sure I'll probably get a voicemail or an email or something letting me know that there's some people that's needing lawn care done. So we'll see what happens. I actually did 3 brand new ones yesterday. I've got 1 brand new one to do today, and I've also got a brand new one to do either Thursday or Friday, depending on if I can get caught up or not. But yeah, it's 2025, man, and things are popping around here. And man, I hope y'all are having just as much success as I am. And also, man, when you get all this new success, man, don't forget to give thanks to the one who gave you that success. And also stay humble, man, because that stuff can be taken from you just as fast as it was given to you. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all have an amazing day. Hope y'all have an amazing rest of the week. And I will cut y'all back on soon. But until then, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holler at y'all.